Hello, everybody. I'm back here with another story. Pretty interesting one, in my opinion. As always, these stories are strictly for entertainment purposes, and I just want to say I'm not bragging about what happened here. As you saw in the title, this story is about a friend of mine doing too much Molly. Now, I want to start this off by saying this girl was like a total saint. I think I was in my second year out of high school and we graduated together. But this girl, like, I'm pretty sure she didn't even lose her virginity until after high school. Now, she wasn't like lame. Like, she hung out, she partied, she drank, but she never did anything like this. And so I was with one of my buddies and we had like planned to do this Molly. I was able to get like some really good shit for super cheap. And we got together and we was hanging out, and I was talking to her, and I was like, hey, like, you want to hang out with us? And she was like, sure, whatever. So I picked her up, and actually a funny thing happened. So the girl that I was kind of with at the time, I had like bought her a jewel or something like that back when that was a thing, and she got in the truck with us with that girl with and her friend as well. So me and my buddy were in the driver and passenger seat. She was in the back of the truck in the middle, and then the two girls got in on either side. And we're like, what the fuck is this? That girl I was talking to is like, why is she in the truck like this? And so that was a whole thing. And so she gets with us, right? And at the time, I didn't know to put this in capsules. The first time I got it, I went over to my friend's house, gave it to him to try out, and he like crushes it down. These like Molly crystals, crushes it down and like snorts it. So I guess that was the way to do it, right? Well, we pick her up and tell her about it, and she's like, yeah, I'll do it with you guys. And so me and my buddy were snorting it, but I just like gave her a rock and said, just swallow this. So she did, and we're hanging out for a minute, and she just like it kicks in, and she like cannot handle it. She's like starting to freak out, and it was funny. Me and my buddy were in the truck, and I said, "There's two stages to this, right? And you're in stage one." And she said, "How many stages? What's the next one like?" And I said, "You'll love it." Anyways, so we're hanging out, and she's still like, we're just kind of driving around my hometown, the back roads. I'm from a small town, so there's a lot of country, and she is still just like freaking out. And my buddy's like, maybe she just needs some air. We need to let her walk around for a little bit. And so we drove out to this spot that a lot of people just, like, people just like meet there to like fuck or like sell drugs or whatever. It's just a spot like way out of town, like I said, these country back roads or whatever. And the spot is like right next to this lake. And so she gets out of the truck, to walk around or whatever, kind of calm down. And so after a couple of minutes, I get out to check on her, and I walk over, and she is propped up next to the truck, just staring at the night sky. And she says, oh my god, there are so many stars in the sky. And I was like, yeah, you hit stage 2. So she gets back in, we ride around something. We ended up picking up a couple of my other friends and, sharing some of that with them as well. Just having a good old time, right? And it's all going good. We probably hung out from like 10 p.m. to like 5 a.m. And, and before that, so, in between the time she started feeling good and time we got done, she's like, I want to feel good. I want to feel like I did earlier. And I'm like, it's not a good call. It's a bad call. Because me and my buddy, we could handle it, and the other people that were with us later, they were kind of like experienced of doing other stuff. At the time, I thought this girl had only like drank alcohol and smoked weed. I don't think she had done anything else. So she keeps saying that, and I'm like, no. Well, eventually, she just convinces me, and I was like, all right. So we had all been snorting it. I said, and it was already like crushed down at this point. So I was like, well, if you want to do more, this is what you have to do. And so she did it, and that was that. We kind of kept going for the night, and at no point during the evening, or the early morning eventually, did she freak out anymore. She was having a good time, and everything was good. So the next day, she tells me like she is not feeling good, And then the day after that, she went to the doctor because she was so messed up. And she told me later that with the doctor, whoever told her that she had a bad come down. And I was like, yeah, I mean that's kind of part of it, and like, I didn't want to blame her, but I was just thinking, like, you asked me to give you more. And so, it is what it is. I'm sure she'll never do it again. And it's funny kind of looking back that one of the songs that I had played several times was Moonlight by X, and he's my favorite artist, and it kind of just puts me in a good mood. And now, and I haven't like hung out with her and done anything like this in a while, but like maybe 6 months later we were hanging out and I played that song, and she's like, no, I can't listen to that, and would just like could like freak out at just the sound of this song because it reminded her or whatever, of the bad come down and just everything about that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just kind of looking back think it's funny. I felt bad for what happened after and how she felt, but it's all good now, and she didn't hold any resentment against me. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. Please give me a like if you don't mind, and have a good rest of your day.